What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Think Tank TV. Let's talk about this Aye Verb and RBE situation. Like I always say, to start off, I don't think ARP is wrong in any way how he handled his business that he did with Aye Verb. I'm not talking about the aftermath. I'm talking about the contract that was signed, the agreement that was signed, the signatures of John Hancock's that he received. Unless battle rap is in the business, it should all be legal binding. It should be all binding legally. I understand, trust me, I understand. I'm a battle rap fan. I want to see Aye Verb versus Lux way more than I want to see Aye Verb versus Iron Solomon. But I'm not going to lie to you. When I seen that Aye Verb versus Iron Solomon trailer drop, I was hyped. I said, damn. Verb Von Doom, Vegan Verb, had a hot iron loaded. I said he gonna go out there and try to kill Iron, even though I knew that wasn't gonna be easy test. Cause Iron been pinning his crusade to get Lux for years. I mean, Lux had a whole press conference calling out Iron Solomon. So the way battle rap goes is, we used to do street shit. It was all about the streets. Like, hey, we gonna get this money backstage. It's just a handshake deal. Then once that became the norm and everybody was running off on deposits, people was not showing up for battles, showing up late for the contract, the time to be at the venue. Let's implement contracts. Even though in battle rap these contracts are fugazi because they have interviews and the two battlers don't even know what the agreed upon battle time is per round. Is it 3 minutes? They get to looking at Smack and Beasley. Is it 3:30? I don't know. My contract said 3:30. His contract said 3:30. Once they start complaining about time, I'll be like, his bars ain't up to par. He might need to flush it. Career going right down the drain. ARP, I believe this is what happened. I believe ARP Verb sat down, just like ARP said. ARP Verb sat down. He thought he could count on Verb, and he could. This is the 99.99999 percentile. You could count on Aye Verb to show up. But that 0.1 is low deluxe. But as ARP and for his company, for RBE, he don't got to capitulate to Aye Verb's wishes. He don't got to capitulate to Aye Verb's wishes to go battle Low Deluxe, the biggest battle of the year, on the biggest league in the year. You know, I understand Aye Verb sent back the deposit money. That's cool. He sent back the deposit money. What about the money spent on promotion? What about the money spent on avocado? What about the money spent on booking flights and hotel rooms? What about the money spent printing flyers? What about the money spent getting a venue? What about the money spent on security? It gave him enough time to find another battle, yeah, but not a suitable opponent. You just can't replace Aye Verb, Mount Rushmore, and say, we can give him B-Dot. Or you should be fine with B-Dot. No, this is about pay-per-view sales. B-Dot is an incredible rapper. I want to see B-Dot versus Iron Solomon, but you just can't throw B-Dot into the mix. Iron Solomon probably had rounds already written for Aye Verb. Iron Solomon, you just should have took B-Dot. No, it don't work like that. We had a deal. We had a contractual binding agreement. We talking about suing Verb. Even if he bluffing, he has to do something. I'm not sitting here talking about sue Verb, but trust me, I watch all Verb radio interviews. I love when Verb talk greasy. That was plenty of entertainment that they gave him. But I'm gonna be real. He signed the contract. You gotta honor the contract. You can't get out your phone bill. You gotta pay for any money that might have been lost, or those remaining 24-month lease agreement. You gotta pay. In the NBA, I gave you your money back. No, I sold these season tickets. already. We got Make-A-Wish foundations already that we already got for you guys lined up. I can't go get somebody from the D League to do this. I don't want to get the 6th man of the year to do this. I need LeBron to do it. Obviously, Verb was down. Verb was in the meeting room. Verb helped him come up with the plan to destroy the URL. But Verb was St. Louis nigga. He probably was just talking crazy. You should have to pay. You should have to get the money back in court. But I get it. We in the streets. We want battle rap to have sponsors, but we in the streets. That's the same thing as a sponsor pulling this money. Hey yo, Al Capone Cigarillo, I'm gonna sponsor Gnome 9. And just pull his money. It still got event. I still got people that need paid. I need that money. I understand it. People think, oh, you're not taking a financial loss because Verb isn't there. No, you are taking a financial loss. You're not getting the potential gains that you would have got if Verb was on the card. These companies set these schedule up months in advance. At least I would. 18 months in advance. 6 months in advance. Look how many cards the URL just released. The URL will do the same thing. They just released that stream. And Rum Nitty said, I'm sending y'all the money back. Y'all still got time. The battle went to February 12th. Y'all got over a month. The battle went to February 9th. Y'all got over a month. The battle went to February 22nd. Y'all got over a month. The battle went to February 30th. Y'all got over a month. Some of these guys can do it. You seen that Bray I come put blood in their mouth. He was going to try to come put blood in Iron's mouth. He was. And I understand, trust me, I understand what Aye Verb is speaking on. This is his career. This is his magnum opus. This is his swan song. What you signed the contract. But I understand why Verb would breach the contract. I understand why Verb would breach the contract. And I understand exactly why ARP and RPE will tell Verb they're going to sue him. Oh, well, if you tell Verb you're going to sue him, you may not get any more business. You got to think about your relationship with all the other battle rappers. You do. You take wins and losses. You take gains and losses. ARP. Like I said, I don't speak on none of that stuff they do on Twitter. I'm just saying what I think is right and what I think is wrong. Everybody can definitely see both sides of the story, but once the contract was signed, you can't get out the Navy. Oh, I didn't go to basic training yet. Oh, you still got to show up. Are you going to be AWOL? There's ways to handle this. Now, trust me, I understand. Aye Verb, Chaz Duncan did everything possible on his side to try to rectify the issue by having to push back, by saying, you don't got to pay me my second half. He was making concessions, but if you're making those kind of concessions, but because you knew you was a big marquee name on the card and you knew that the card has the potential of being a flop because you're not there anymore. As soon as Verb said he wasn't on that card, it devalued the card. Nobody's checking for the hollow math card anymore. And I'm not saying that to be hating. But once you say, I'm not taking Iron, I'm taking a low deluxe on URL, that's 2 shots. That's 2 punches in the mouth that he just pulled up and gave RBE. He already cracked his jaw. I ain't battling Iron. I'm going to crack your jaw again. I'm battling on URL. I'm going to crack your jaw again. I'm battling on Lux. I'm going to crack your jaw again. I'm doing it at Gnome. I'm going to crack your jaw again. You got Hollow vs. Math booked. That had to break the bank. It broke the bank. ARP can't ask for his money back. All the money. And Verb gotta do what he gotta do as a man. Hey, Verb probably better get 50,000 to go against Lux. I don't think so. But if I was doing, I'd be asking for pay-per-view points that what Lux do. It ain't a Lux battle without Verb. So I know Verb went in there and broke the bank. But I understand what RBE saying. You could have made RBE looking at it as business. You could have made tens of thousands over here this year. Verb looking at his legacy. He talked too much not to take Aye Verb. I mean, not to take Loaded Lux. I mean, this is the type of battle. If you show up and get 3-0, for either one of them, Lux never better live that down if you say you got 3-0 by Aye Verb. The Aye Verb came there. Well, it's gonna be in Houston, but the Aye Verb took out Mook and Lux, the preeminent gods of battle rap, or gods here. How you think Verb and Philip Lux going in 3-0 him? I spoke all this for all of these years, 8-9 years, and the matchup finally here, and I choke. I took all the SAT practice tests, and I showed up and I get a 900. When I could have studied a little more, I got a 1200. ARP, you have to do what you got to do to make sure your fledgling business can maximize its profits. Aye Verb has to do what he has to do to make sure that his brand, although it may take a hit, grows to levels not seen before. He has kids. He has a family he has to take care of. So you can see both of their points of views. But I'm just going to call it how I see it. Right is right. You signed the contract, so you should have to go up there and rap. I mean, it was a power move by URL. URL knew he was better than Battle Iron. Would give you looks. I understand. Well, listen, this is war. No, this ain't chess. This is war. Eric Beasley, or ARP, that's what they think of your company. That's what they think of your company.